welcome back to the channel. This is Red Dirt Resale. We talk about everything resale. We do storage auction videos. We talk about thrift stores. This is our thrift store here, and we also do an online auction. So we discuss things, that have to do with running an auction, selling online on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, on Amazon, or all the other countless ways that you can sell stuff. Flea market, yard sale, garage sale. There's a million ways. Actually, there's infinite ways where you can sell stuff, resell stuff in this world. But what we're going to be talking about is customers. And everybody has been trained with the, that saying, that slogan, the customer is always right. And that could not be further from the truth. And in the resale business or any kind of small business, you will quickly learn that, that's a bunch of crap, most of the time. That is something that customers, for the most part, just take advantage of with big companies like Walmart and Home Depot and all these places. I used to work at Lowe's, and so many customers, when it came to that customer's always right, they came in, had horrible attitudes, and they would just throw that in your face over and over again, no matter how unreasonable they were being, because they knew that these big corporations, that you had your hands tied running the store. Nobody, not even the store manager, actually was 100% in control there, and all they had to do was call the corporate office and complain, and the corporate office was going to send down word basically to do whatever this customer wanted to do. When I worked at Lowe's, it was the craziest stuff they would do for these customers. There were certain people that came in that literally, when they walked in the door, Lowe's would lose money on that customer every time, because they were so unreasonable and had such crazy requests on discounts for the weirdest reasons, that literally they were losing money. And all the employees, you hated dealing with them, because it was like, what's the point of dealing with this customer? They're rude to us, and literally it's not making the store any money, which in turn, helped us to make money, gave people more hours, helped, be more budget in the payroll. But we're talking about the resale business here. And when it comes to the resale business, running a small business, you'll quickly learn that you've got to get past that the customer is always right. You're going to have some awesome customers, some great customers that will, that you'll want to bend over backwards for, because they follow all your rules, your basic store rules, your basic auction rules, whatever the deal is. And they're never any problem. They're always pleasant. And when they do have an issue, they politely point it out to you, and to let you know what's going on. And a lot of times just to let you know that there could be an issue in the future, with other more unreasonable people. But most of the time you have very little issues with them, or no issues at all. And that's really the majority of customers. Like if you're selling on eBay, most people, as long as you're doing your job, you'll sell them the stuff, you ship them the stuff, they're happy because you shipped what you sold them, it matches the description, they give you good feedback, and you move on. But as you know, those few bad apples can spoil the whole day, can spoil the whole deal, can make people want to get off eBay, get off Amazon, close their store down, whatever the case is. But you just got to learn, when those people that are just going to, suck your energy, you got to learn just to not deal with them. There's some people that, you just got to tell, like, I've had to tell people here, it's like, because really they're trying to scam you and all that kind of stuff. You just got to tell them just to leave and don't come back. Then you're going to have people that they come in and they just want to haggle and haggle and haggle on everything, to the point that there's no meat left on the bone ever. And then a lot of those people, it's like you never buy anything. You just come in here and you want to haggle, you want to ask me about stuff that I don't sell, and you waste my time. So there's really no point even dealing with these people. And then there's the people that, they come in and they buy a few things every now and then. And that's the thing, it's like, every customer is valuable, whether they just spend $1 when they come in and they spend $1,000. But this is the thing, you will have a lot of customers that they only spend $1 every time they come in, which is fine. But then they complain about everything. And then when they complain, they talk about how much money they spend and how long they've been shopping with you. And at that point, it's like, in your head, you're like, you spend $1.25 a month ago, you spent $1 today. It's like, you're really, you're not worth dealing with. You're not worth the pain. So you got to learn how to, kind of push those customers to the side politely, and sometimes not politely, and deal with the people who are going to be good customers, loyal customers, are going to be polite, and all those things. Now, sometimes you're going to have people that aren't the most polite, they're kind of rude, but they spend a lot of money. As long as they're following the rules and everything. And what I mean by following the rules is there's a few things. Okay, obviously we have hours here. Some people, they want to come in anytime they want. They want to show up 30 minutes before we open and get mad when we're not open yet. We open in 30 minutes. They don't understand why they just can't come in. It's like we're doing stuff here in the store to get open that that we don't need people in here. Sometimes that might be you're in the middle of cleaning something up and you have a mess in the floor that's a safety hazard, so you shouldn't have customers in here. It's kind of dark in here because we're actually closed. We just closed for the day, so like half the lights are out in here. And then you have, okay, we had a customer come in the other day. You have some that are just completely crazy. The lady brought an item up. It was just a $1 item. She didn't have any money. She said, I don't have any money. Can I just come back and pay for it later? So the lady had working at the register. She said, yeah, that's fine. I'll hold it right here. And the lady was like, no, it's like normally I just take the item and I come back. And she's like, no, we don't do that. And the lady got upset and she said, I shop at thrift stores all the time and they let me do this. And it's like, no. And then she told my employee how rude she was. And just in case you're wondering who it is, everybody that watches the videos normally, it's Ann. And Ann is not rude at all. Ann's one of the nicest people you ever meet. So she told Ann how rude she was, and it's just, crazy. And then she told her, this was bad for business. And it's like, Ann was telling me about it, and I'm like, no, what's bad for business is giving people items, without them paying for it and just trusting that they're all going to come back and pay for it. That's crazy. Just, that doesn't work anywhere. But anyways, that's the kind of crazy stuff you deal with. And then let me show you a couple other things right here. We have a few areas in the store. Okay, these two aisles right here, we put stuff on these aisles, and then we run a deal where the price progressively goes down. So we have these keep out signs. We will watch people come up to the sign, kind of look at where it says keep out, go under the rope, physically lift this chain out of the way, start taking stuff, and then when we say something to them, they want to act like we're crazy, and and then we're like, you went right under the sign. They're like, and they'll literally sit here and deny that there's a sign, and it's like, it's a big keep out sign. There's a yellow chain across here. You had to move it out of your way to get in the aisle. So those kind of people, you just don't want to waste time on. You don't really need to deal with. Some of them you're going to have to kick out. Some of them you're going to have to be really stern with, and let them know that you're not playing around, that, we're not playing those games, and you're not going to scam us. You're not going to lie to us, cheat, steal, all that kind of stuff. But that's just some of the shenanigans, nonsense that you deal with. When you're selling stuff online, you deal with all that crazy stuff too. And like if you sell something on eBay, for instance, and there's a time where you just got to cut your losses, and if the person's being unreasonable and crazy, and you know that they're wrong, but sometimes it's not worth your time. Just sometimes it's like, just cut your losses if it's a $20, $30, $40 item. Now if you start talking about $1,000 plus, then you probably want to go through eBay and fight it and try to make sure that you're not getting scammed all that money or that item. But sometimes you just gotta cut your losses and be done with it, and get that negative customer out of your life and be done with it. It's easier on eBay just to be done with that person. When you have a store, or even at the flea market, you'll get regular customers. Sometimes those people just keep coming back. We've had people, they'll steal from us and we catch them and tell them, and then they come back. Or we have people that bid in our auction, don't come and pick their stuff up. It's very clear. If you don't pick your items up, you're going to be banned for the auction. We did all the work listing the item, sold the item, had the item sit there waiting, they never came. So then we have to start all over again, listing the same item, wasting our time, energy, and resources. So we block the people, and we'll have people, they will do that, not come and get their stuff. And then they will either call us up, a few weeks later, hey, why can't I bid? And it's like, well, because you didn't pick your items up. I always pick my items up. Well, obviously not, because you're blocked. The only way for us to block people is to manually go in there, search their name out, go find their name, and go, tag them as blocked. This doesn't happen by accident. And we're not going to block people that are bidding and picking their stuff up. That makes no sense. We're trying to sell stuff. But they will deny that, or they will create a new account under a different name and come in and try to act like nothing happened at all. And so it's just a lot of crazy stuff that you deal with. And I've had people do all kinds of crazy and bang and or say bad stuff about us and bad mouth us when they're the ones not following the rules. And once they've ran out of accounts to use everything, then they're sending me emails, you know, can I please get back on the auction, whatever. And you know, and some of them you just got to cut ties with. Some people, it just depends on their attitude, then you will give another chance. But just a tip, if you're a customer, you know, not, you know, running a resale business, thrift store, whatever, but if you're a customer, which all of us are customers at some point, and coming from someone that has dealt with a lot of customers, the best thing that you can do is just be nice and say you're sorry. If you do something wrong, instead of denying it, because if you're denying it, I'm going to look at you like you're lying. You know, why are you even denying this? You broke the rule. You didn't do the right thing. All you had to do was just say, sorry, I made a mistake. And then we would have moved on from it. Or, you know, just be polite. When people are polite, sometimes I will bend over backwards to help them. But when you're rude and nasty and always complaining, it's kind of like the boy that cried wolf. You know, they didn't believe him. So when somebody complains all the time, it gets to the point we don't even really listen to their complaints, because it's just like they complain about everything. So you don't even really think that it's a valid complaint. You're not even really listening because they complain so much. So being nice will get you way, way, way further than being aggressive, complaining, you know, and one of those people. So if you're a customer, kindness goes a long ways. Saying I'm sorry, I made a mistake, that goes a long, long ways, because normally, you know, we know that you made a mistake, but when you try to deny it, it's like, it's kind of weird. It's like, why are you denying this? It's like, you didn't pick your stuff up. That's why you're blocked. You know, we have your sheet sitting right here. The item was still here. At the end of the day, you never came. Why are you trying to act like this didn't happen? But they'll do it. And, you know, but as a customer, just be kind. And as a resale, you know, business, dealer, flea market seller, yard sale, all that kind of stuff, you know, like I said, customer is not always right. That's a big fallacy. That's a thing, that slogan that, you know, was started. I don't know who started it. I think it was more of a marketing slogan is how it started, I assume, for a store to, you know, say, hey, the customer's always right. So then the customers think, oh, this place thinks, you know, that we're always right, so that's good. And that was probably better a long time ago. It worked a lot better then, but nowadays is, you know, you have too many people wanting to take advantage of everything, so they take advantage of the customer's always right, when, you know, sometimes the customer is just completely wrong. Sometimes we're wrong, that's for sure, but typically it's the customer, because they're wanting something from us. They're wanting something for free. They're wanting something cheap. They're wanting, you know, they're wanting to, you know, take advantage of our services, whatever the case is. It's like, normally, you know, I don't even know them or whatever, so I don't want nothing from them. So, but sometimes we are wrong, but the customer is definitely not always right. Remember that, and don't be afraid to let the customer know that they're not right. All right, that's it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Y'all have a good one.